Today, 4 years later, we have a very special guest. But I tell you, the journey is insane. You'll find out why. Before we introduce our guest, Ryan and I look up to this person. Actually, the whole office does. Actually, the whole production industry looks up to this person.
I guess you can say he's like a OG. Not
don't like
OG,
that. Don't like that. Straight away, you want to date the person and make him look super old.
Legend status.
White hair also don't have. Okay, don't go so far.
At least he still got hair.
The last time we spoke to him, he worked on Netflix originals. He worked on movies in both Malaysia and China.
He's made the same movie 3 times.
Yes. And box office of in the millions. And some of the more popular commercials, the festive commercials, Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, Deepavali, you name it, all the festive commercials.
Confirm you got watch one.
Petronas, DMB, you confirm have watched it before. And we have him back on the show again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Quek.
Hello.
Let's go.
Hello, everybody.
We know him as Quek.
Yeah.
But his real name is Quek Shio. Cycling professional name is Quek Shio.
Oh.
But full name Quek Shio Chuan. Welcome back, man.
Hey, nice to be back.
Oh.
You mentioned 4 years. It's
been a while.
Actually more than 5 years.
Yeah.
So last time when you were doing a Netflix special Ghost Rider was at 2019?
Correct. So we have that meeting at 2020, right before the
pandemic.
Yeah.
5 years, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it that long since you made Ghost Bride?
Yeah.
It didn't feel that long, honestly. I think really the pandemic stole like 2 years of our lives.
Yeah, man.
It literally just snatched it away from
I
us.
still feel I'm in 2019. But to be honest, our producer Jeannie was watching the previous interview. And for me, it's obviously before coming in to talk to you. So I was watching it previously and I'm like, damn. This is about a summary that I'm going to do right now. If you don't know who Quek is, Quek, of course, is a very renowned director in Malaysia, one of the top. Don't need to be humble. We will sell you. We will sell you for you.
Flatter me for 5 minutes before the show. Like, wow.
You have made award-winning commercials to basically selling out millions of box office for your movie GUANG in China. To now... to now getting a worldwide audience of almost 100 over million. That's just the bare minimum, because the amount of news networks or platforms, sports, or media platforms around the world, has now basically put your name out there making vertical content on Instagram, or I would say, social media as a whole.
He literally went from the biggest screen in the cinema
and broke the internet.
Yeah, now he's breaking the internet.
How has life changed for you, man?
Oh, it's been crazy, because I remember the last time we met, you asked me the same question. It's like, okay, now you did Netflix, you did movie, what's next, right? I think I didn't really know then. I gave you an answer like, okay, next movie, maybe go into humor, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And that's when you have nothing to do, but after months and months, then you have the itch to make videos again. And I realized, hey, how come I don't have any filming equipment at home?
Right.
So I had to use my phone, and that's how it started.
I remember one of the videos that went quite crazy with pandemic. You did the stop motion cycling one.
Yeah.
How long did that take you to make the video?
It's 6 days. So 6 days to say like a normal content creator. They think, 6 days very long, right?
Yeah.
But if you make movies before, the movie I made, I took 4 years.
Yeah.
So 6 days relatively to me is quite a short time.
Was it 6 days non-stop? Like you wake up, makan breakfast, alright, let's start shooting this content.
Yeah.
Break for lunch and dinner and then continue the next day.
It is like that, and even until now, it's also kind of like that. It's a ritual, like you go into a camp like that.
Yeah.
Everything else is just block out and just there with the video.
But it's so but the thing is, it's so different right now. It's just it's so refined, and I think we had this conversation before last time about 5 years ago, and we asked you, we both me and Ryan were like, oh my god, we wish we could do, because we came from doing YouTube content, which was very much like writing our own stories and then filming it, right? And then we were having this conversation saying, we wish we could do more commercials, and then you said, I wish I could do more like what you guys are doing.
It is true. It's true.
And I think right now, in some way, you are doing that. And it's quite surreal, right? To kind of like, did you even manifest it to happen, or you just like, I just tried this, but I'm not expecting it to be what it is today?
I kind of manifested it to happen, but I also spoke to you. Asked the OG for a lot of advices before I take my first careful steps. But it has always been a format that I wanted to try. And yeah, but if you look at it closely, it's nothing like what you guys do here. So live show with a big crew, 4 cameras, or like a YouTube channel where you're constantly vlogging or narrating.
Yep.
So it's very terbalik in a sense because I come from a very traditional background. The things I enjoy are more technical. That's why, like you say, it's very refined because every shot is a different angle.
Yeah,
I set
yeah.
the camera properly. I light it nicely. I take my time. I don't need
How much pre-production do you put into your reels? Like, because I know definitely looking at your stuff, right? Even on Instagram and your short form content, you can tell already like the level of effort is, like you say, like it's not like someone who just shoot a reaction video. You know, like there is a considerable amount of planning in there. But how long do you usually spend like planning your videos?
Actually, they are all kind of different. But as I progress, right, then I realize, hey, the ones that I put more effort seems to get like berganda-ganda punya return.
Oh wow.
Right?
Oh.
Like the bikepacking one first. And then it was the desk. The desk one I like paid.
Oh, the desk one went insane. Until now, I still see people like reposting on 9gag or people like just ripping off your video and just posting on their platform.
Yeah,
So-
and I think one that went crazy was the Oppenheimer one during the Oppenheimer movie.
yeah.
And you did your version of Oppenheimer, which was insane because what looked like it took a whole Hollywood CGI team to do was done in his bedroom.
It was the office.
Office
lah.
lah.
Not so imba lah. It was office with a lot of help of my production people. It's in the office, yeah.
Yeah. Do you? So now that you look back and look at where you are right now, okay, you're a commercial director. Okay, I think you've been doing commercial almost like 10 years,
I
correct?
think, yeah, more already.
More than that, right? And then now you are doing all these reels, and obviously it gives you some sort of different look lah in terms of creating content. Has that affected how you direct your commercials?
I mean, it has always have. Like even just before I create, I consume a lot of this kind of content.
Yeah.
You know, like I think if you watch some of the festives, you can tell. So
Yeah,
a lot of it,
yeah.
A lot of references of memes and
correct.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a natural progression. To me, personally, it's kind of a natural progression because at the end of the day, it's just making videos, long, short, vertical, horizontal. It's all making videos.
Yep.
So to me, it's not so crazy to jump the barrier. But like you say, it's a film director, content creator thing. And in the society, these two things somehow just don't match together.
Yeah.
Not just as a title, but also the way the content is done. Content creator, mostly you have a person that starts from doing everything.
Yes.
And then it scales up to be a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in the traditional one, your role is so specific one.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, sometimes you're a colorist, you just color. Your entire life is just coloring. And it's very specific. So that's the main difference, I would say.
Yeah.
So I'm somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, because I remember having this conversation. I think this was in December 2022, and then I think we were just having this conversation about what should we do and stuff. There, I told him just, hey, a lot of people tend to watch your videos and ask you how you do it. Do it behind the scenes, make it look easy for them.
Oh, the tutorials. Oh my god, the video is like one video, right? They got 20 tutorials come on.
Yeah. So he does. Then after that, Quek goes on to do one crazy ass video that people are like, whoa, how do you do that? And he does the tutorial, and people are like, no, it still looks hard, but you make it look damn easy. And funnily enough, it has become your term of your style and everything, right? It has become a term, in some of our shoots. Hey, we're gonna quack it.
do the quack. You're gonna do the quack. Oh, how you plan to do this transition?
Yeah.
Then like the quack.
Yeah, we're gonna quack the transition. Yeah. Like suddenly we turn our hands and suddenly a product appears. It's so how okay. I'm pretty sure you've gotten a lot of people kind of message you from all around the world. From I think when you produce commercials, right? You get your like for those people who don't understand how the advertising world works, you produce a commercial, the director produces directs the commercial with the help of a production team, and once they give the final video, it will then go to a advertising agency or a media agency who are in charge of buying the airtime, whether it's on TV, whether it's on digital, whether it's on billboards and whatever not. And most of the time, these are commercials. So the engagement that you get over there is 50-50. Sometimes, you're lucky, you get really great engagements. But sometimes it's just, you don't get an engagement because when you air a TV commercial, you cannot see real lifetime engagements. But compared to now, because the thing is, you mentioned, whatever you're doing is you are creating videos. But now the videos you create gathers millions of comments. Do you read every single one or not?
I try to. I try to read every single one, but no, it's borderline maddening.
I would like to ask this question because for me as a content creator, I like comments might affect me, might not affect me, and sometimes you look for what you want to look for, right? How did that affect you?
Okay.
In a good way or in a bad way?
I know you're getting at this, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, once you have, even though you have millions of comments, right, and say 95% of them are quite positive, that makes the 5% stand out.
Yep.
Sometimes you focus too much on the negative stuff.
Yep.
But it's good to train yourself to remember the 95% is abundant.
Yeah.
You know, the people who support you, who really enjoy what you're doing, and it's a continuous journey to study yourself, actually.
Yeah.
How you react to these comments. What is it that you're insecure about that this comment really can get to you? You know? And sometimes you get really valuable lessons from there. Some suggestions or comments are really constructive.
Yep.
So you need to be able to differentiate that.
Yep.
And a lot of learnings is from your mistake. Because everybody just say, you good. You won't learn anything. You don't know how to progress. You know which segment to go next or what to improve on. So there are benefits that you can get from the negative comments also. Just need to distill it.
But has that actually made you a more confident person or not? Because as compared to all the films you directed before as a commercial director and all the movies you made, you needed that extra platform or that extra muscle in terms of like PR companies to kind of further tell your narrative. But this one is real time.
Oh yes. This we actually to any creative not just the TV production. You know, any creative, it's definitely better to have a social presence. It's night and day. You know? Even like last time, because as a commercial director, you don't get to show your face or So when agency opens up a pitch, it's like, okay, you get 3 different directors from 3 different production houses.
Yep.
They send in their reels.
Yes.
Stuff that they have done before. It's even called a reel.
Yeah.
The traditional reel, right? The traditional reel. 10 selected commercials that somehow relate to this job, right? And then you pitch for it, you write a treatment, you present to them. Now it's when you go into the meeting, they already see your work already.
Yeah.
They see so many of your work. They know what you can do already. And it's weird because it kind of makes them have the illusion that they know you.
Yeah.
The one I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah.
Now new people that I never met before, they talk to me like they know me. It's like, whoa. You know, you get me? Right?
Yeah.
So that is really refreshing to see, and it definitely helps the job because then the whole process is a lot smoother when everybody's confident with, especially the director, the guy that's supposed to order everybody around and drive the boat to the right direction. If everyone's confident with this guy, the boat will sail better lah. Yeah. That's what I think happened. Yeah.
So would you say like these days, right? Not to say without a social presence you cannot do it, but like, it's actually very encouraged to, you know, as a creative to really try and build your social platform.
I would call it an unfair advantage. Once you go DI2, you won't go mechanical.
Sorry, for those who don't cycle, for those who don't understand cycling, I'm sorry, okay? DI2 is a pure electronic gear shifting. It's like when you drive automatic car, you won't drive manual car anymore.
For the non-cycling people like me, that's the analogy that you need.
But there's still the purists, like the people who only want to drive manual. They don't believe in social media. You know, they are of course still of course.
But I mean, I feel your story is amazing because sometimes you see creative is a very subjective thing. What you think is great. You can have again this boils down to the 95% that says it's good, but then you focus on the 5%. Take away the social media, take away everything, take away the followings and everything. You go and pitch an idea to someone, you go and pitch within your colleagues and everybody say it's nice. And I think this is great. And then all of a sudden you pitch it to the client or the agency and they're like, oh, it sucks. And you're like, what? It's like and the thing is, I feel that social media gives any creative an added advantage, not in terms of following, an added advantage to basically show proof of work, proof of concept.
Yes.
Because you see, not everybody likes cycling. Cycling is such a niche sport.
Yeah.
But there's a sizable number in that niche. So it also applies to the same thing lah. Your creative, right, doesn't necessarily cater to the whole entire world. Not everybody is going to say Oppenheimer deserves the Oscars. You know, some people are going to say, hey, Barbie should have won. Barbie and go. So I feel that I feel that social media is a great place for filmmakers in general or storytellers in general, right? To get some sort of affirmation that, hey man, I think you're in the right track, and gives that's what it did for me now. It really because last time I want to do videos, I was just told to, hey, do your job lah, sell music. You're a radio DJ ma. Don't do this video all nonsense and waste your time. Where can make money one? You know what I mean? So when I got 100,000 views or some comments, I'm like, oh, there are some people who actually like it, and it made me feel special.
There's a community lah.
Yeah. And that actually, to be honest, pushed me to be where I am today.
I think in that sense, I'm very much the same. It means something when the audience resonates with your content.
Yeah.
To some, maybe not lah. To some, maybe art house people, they
Yeah.
just really do to satisfy their artistic desires. But I don't know lah. But for me, I think I'm closer to, like I really want my videos to be appreciated lah. When the audience saw it, they give me comment, I feel good lah. When I feel good, I feel motivated to make more videos lah.
Yeah.
It's just a positive cycle.
But there's one cycle that I don't see happening to you, which is I think a good thing. You only make videos when you want to, when you feel like making great videos.
Do you feel that pressure, like, oh, I haven't made video in a while, I need to push out content?
Good time to ask me actually, because this year I've been just focusing on my endurance sport. My follower dropping, man. I think I lost like 20,000 in the last month. Like, wow, can be like that one.
But only because you're sizable. Your follower is so sizable. Even 1% accounts for that. Okay.
But I think everything too much is not good. When you chase something, of course you need to put in an effort to break your barrier, to break the limit. You need effort to grow. But it's also, you have to be careful. It's an addiction also.
Yeah.
You get into it and then you cannot come out, and that consumes your whole life. That is something that's quite dangerous also. That's why a lot of creators burn out.
Yeah. I remember having this conversation with you to tell you that, hey, do expect it to not be always like this. It will drop and don't let it take over your life.
Yes.
Did it at some point get that addictive where you're like, oh, this one got 31 million. Last time I got 60 million. Not good. Did you ever compare it that way?
Of course. I mean, all the time. But it's about acknowledging that, okay, I have this thought now. I feel like that. But this is just for this Oppenheimer Coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gain 50. The desk was 150.
Yeah.
Right? 50 is any day a beautiful successful reel
Yeah.
with 14 million views.
You ask anyone who wants 50,
right?
everyone will be like, yes, please.
So when you sit there and you feel negative, you're like, hey, this doesn't make sense, really. Why are you feeling like this?
Yeah.
Why are you feeling like this? This is a success. You should have no rights to feel negative, but you're still feeling negative. Then go and find out why lah. Why are you why are you feeling like that? What is there that can be improved? And as long as you find that few points, it's okay. I mean, those are the things that you have to go through. Not just as a content creator, but as a creative, where you doubt your abilities or you doubt your work. I think that happens all the time, actually. Even before you put out each of the reel, even the desk, even the bite, the night before you put out, you're like, oh, this is going to flop.
Wow.
As in
The insecurity.
no matter where you are, you always kind of feel that. It's just how you keep handling it.
I wonder if that is every creative's fear. Because for me, I feel the same way too.
No, I definitely think so. Because the other day, Arvin was in the office.
Arvin
Taran. Arvin Kumar.
Another creator, yes.
Yeah. Then he made some video and then he kept asking around office, hey guys, hey, watch this, tell me funny or not, let me know feedback. Like he makes funny videos, he has successful videos, he has not so successful, but then despite all the success he had, every time before he posts something, he also will be like nervous, like, hey, shit it's gonna flop lah. Is it really funny or not? Do I really want to post this? But then he posted a video, it turned out pretty good.
I think David Bowie says something that you shouldn't play at just your depth. You should play slightly out. So I think the nervousness is good. It's good. That means you're challenging yourself creatively. You don't really fully know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That kick is there also.
Were you able to learn more about yourself a lot better throughout this process of growing to over more than 1 million followers?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what did you discover about yourself that you did not discover earlier on? He probably one of them said, why didn't I do this earlier?
I couldn't have.
Oh,
the
yeah,
weird thing
yeah.
is I couldn't. I always wanted to, because once upon a time,
Yep.
long time ago, there was a newspaper article that interviewed you,
Yep.
Name, We and Me. The big title was The Rise of the YouTubers.
Yes.
And because I had the GUANG short film on YouTube, it wasn't even
Yeah,
mine,
yeah.
you see, it was BMW Shorties.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
took me
yeah.
as a YouTuber, and I had to
Yeah.
explain to the interviewer, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not.
Because that film went viral on YouTube, I remember.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched it, yeah.
But I kind of am in this generation where people are venturing into social media and finding success
Yep.
there. Whereas I went to a very traditional path. So it's always been something that I want to explore. Right?
But it's it's the same saying as in Instagram when you consume so much these type of things, right? They'll say that this person made it when he was at 51, this person made it was at 42. It's never too late to kind of
Yeah.
find your calling.
Yep.
Yeah.
It can only happen after the pandemic made remote meeting happen.
Yep.
Before
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
if you have a PPM, commercial director, morning you print the booklet first, physical one. Right?
Oh wow.
Bind everything, then
Yeah.
you go to the agency. You wait for the agency, you yum with the agency, you present to the agency, you wait for command, everything happy, then you all drive to the client. Say if it's Petronas, then you drive to KLCC.
Wow.
You go through the security guard, you 970 floor, you wait for the client, another half an hour, you present. After that, you go down, you drink, post-mortem, you go back 980.
Oh wow.
One whole day just to present
day.
your presentation.
And there's just one meeting of one job. So it is as full as that. I could never have created anything back then, you see.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened. Then remote happened.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, hey, suddenly I have free time. Everything is like remote already. I have free time. What do I do with it? That's how the home studio started to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question about your content, right? When you're planning your content, you have an idea of what content you want to shoot next, for example. And of course you have your own interests, but then you also, after putting out a few content already, you kind of know what your audience wants. How much do you balance, I want to do this, but maybe my audience don't really like it, or do I skew more towards what my audience wants and forego a little bit of what I really want to try, or like how do you find that balance, or how do you balance that?
This is a very interesting question, because when you try to grow social media, you always look for education all across YouTube. Like, YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Everybody tells you find the formula, you double down on the formula, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also don't want to make it too same. You get me? Like, okay, this formula works, but I try to make the next one slightly different.
Yeah.
Like I jump around first. Okay, maybe I will revisit back again.
Yeah.
But I try to jump to something that's very different, so that I can up different things, I can explore different things. Because at the end of the day, content creation to me is a place that I find creative freedom.
Yes.
You make commercials, it's client servicing, right? you are telling a message for a client that's paying you.
Yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, that's the nature
That's
of the
true.
business.
Yeah.
Whereas in social media and vertical content, it's like, hey, no rules. You can do
Oh, yes.
anything
Yeah.
you want.
You are your own client.
So if I go and lock myself into a genre, then I'm locking myself again.
Yeah.
That's not the point of this thing already. That's not why I started this thing. I started this so that I can have total creative freedom to do whatever the hell I want. Right?
Yeah, I remember he said that. Wow, I really like this. I'm like, hey, don't stop directing commercial. I'm still waiting to watch.
I cannot stop that one. That one is my main rice bowl.
To be honest, I admire your position right now. Not because of the followings and the amount of views you get, but also because you get to do whatever you want, not having to tie yourself down to a brand deal. It's like, you see, in this influencer market industry, right? All the influencers think one thing: I grow my following so I can work with brands, and then I make a living out
They
of that.
monetize your own content.
For you can choose whether you want to or don't want to work with the brand. But I know recently you worked with your dream brand, because I called him out. Hey,
the
Quek.
bike one,
Yeah lah. When he told me his collaboration, I was like, wow. Yeah, I was straight away. I'm like, okay, I'll just tell client that you're not interested. No need already. Cannot. No point trying to sway him away. So I remember calling him and say, hey, there's this idea that we want to work with a tech company, and then is the requirement is this, and he's like, oh, actually I can't because I'm working with Zwift. So for those who don't know, Zwift is actually a software that allows you to connect your technical trainer, which is a bicycle trainer, to it, or even your treadmill, and it allows you to run virtually in this this universe that to obviously make it a little bit more interesting lah. And sometimes it's quite realistic because they have a fan in front of you. The faster you ride, the harder it blows at you. So yes, I ride a lot. At home when the days are too hot or when I'm
Is that the one you put the TV in front of you?
Yeah.
And it's like a virtual road.
Correct.
So it's almost like a VR thing lah. Not VR, but like
it's like a game.
Like a game. As if you're like arcade like that, but you're actually like cycling lah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so crazy because this is how crazy it is and how much I was like, dang it. So Peter Sagan has watched his video. Obvious Peter Sagan has watched his video. If you don't know who Peter Sagan is, you don't know who's Peter Sagan.
No idea.
Peter Sagan is one of the top cyclists in the world, okay? And he's for what's that team? That team,
Total Energy.
Total Energies.
Yeah.
Okay. Peter Sagan he's like the Tiger Woods of cycling. I can dare say that every single cyclist in the Tour de France has watched this video.
Full
We can confidently.
I don't know.
Confidently.
You say as if like Tour de France opening ceremony plays Quek video first.
Dude, even the sponsors for the teams have reposted his video. So it's like, wow.
Okay lah. So
Which
which
team do you idolize? Do you idolize Peter Sagan?
I mean, I am a specialized ambassador.
Yes.
I am very much a big part, as in their teams and their riders are of course a big part of what we talk about and what we try to work with, people that of course I admire, a lot of riders that I admire. So Peter Sagan is definitely one of them.
It's crazily insane. Alright, don't be surprised if you see Specialized basically do their next film and it's directed by Quek. Hey, go on or not? Now I must ask for gossip. What not? Is there a talk? Are there talks or not?
Yes.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Maybe cannot go any further, but yes.
That's it. That's where the NDA stops.
That's it. Yeah, that's where the NDA stops. That's where the NDA stops.
Hey, can I just be your PA?
But it would just be me in my house. You know the guy in the bloopers video that I shoot that passes me the frame and that would be the only job that's available because
Jin will pass you the frame.
You want to be that guy, man? Don't lah.
Jin will pass you the frame.
You wait for video finish, I show you better lah.
Jin do VO for you.
You got pressure now that you know all these people watch your videos. So does it pressure you or does it just makes you feel like wow, this is just amazing? Because like, just rewind back to the first day you picked up a bicycle and you started cycling and you said that it changed your life. And then you went into the marathon, you did the ultras. Is it ultras?
Not ultra yet.
Not ultra yet. Sorry, the what do they call it?
Ironman.
Ironman, yeah.
Ironman, yeah.
And then the thing is you've consistently done it every year non-stop. It's like some people during the pandemic. Sorry lah, I'm a pandemic cyclist lah. I picked it up. Okay, when I saw Quek cycling, I'm like, no lah, I won't do that lah. Then suddenly I'm texting, said, hey, hi, what bike should I buy?
Every bike.
Yeah, and then like every time there's a new bike, I say, hey, are you getting this bike? Yeah, for you to, you're very passionate about cycling. Is there a specific reason why that is going to be your? It feels like it is your coping mechanism.
Correct. That's very accurately put. Because the mind somehow cannot stop sometimes, especially when you're in that creative zone, you just don't want to stop. So when you have physical exertion, doesn't matter whether it's cycling or swimming or running, it just helps balance it.
But what about cycling that why you chose it instead of running or you say play badminton or something?
I do run. I love running also, but running because it's constantly pounding all the time, you get injured easier. And running is not as social as cycling. Cycling very social. You get to go around with your friends.
Then once in a while, some girls come along.
Yeah, you go in a group. You go new places. You eat new food.
I thought you cycle all the way. Was it to Penang or something like that? From KL, you cycle all the way to Penang.
Bro, there was one. I think it was one time you cycle all the way from KL to Cameron Highlands and back or something like that, right?
Oh yeah, I think both is true. Different time, different year.
Yeah. Because I remember it was the time you did one of the times you did that video where you show how you pack your bike for a long trip, right?
Yep.
I didn't know inside the bike all hollow. You can stuff things inside there.
That one is a
specialized
sort system. Yes.
Wait, how long you took to cycle to Cameron?
Cameron, the first day we went to Rao, second day up Cameron, and then the third day back to 3 days. Second day we're up Cameron.
3 days. Like non-stop. Like how long were you on the road cycling?
How long was
I remember there was one time you were 20. I saw 27 hours. I'm like, holy crap.
My God.
Not that long. The 3 days one. The first day was I think 4 p.m. we were there already.
Okay.
Second day the slowest group reached at 7:30. Just nice when the sky turns dark.
So, but you start at like 7 in the morning.
About
Ryan,
7:30,
this is a better question. What's your longest distance you've ever done at one
Single trip.
One
Yeah,
single trip?
single trip. One day lah.
1 day is 300.
300 kilometers.
It's
300 300 I'm just trying to put it in my mind. I know from here
To
to
Telok Intan and back 300.
wow.
To Telok Intan and back, that's 300.
He can literally cycle from here to Singapore. I mean, yeah, almost Singapore.
That's
lah.
crazy.
Yeah.
In one day. So
Yeah.
technically,
In one day,
if tomorrow morning 6 a.m. I meet you here, I fly to Singapore, I can see you there at night.
Something like that.
Oh my god.
But you say crazy, right? Then when I'm making those content myself in a room, I feel crazier because when I ride by the 300 km, there's so many people around me that's doing the same thing.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I okay lah. You know, got a lot more people like that. You know, somehow whenever there's this kind of trip, a lot of people want to join. One.
Yes,
It's
yes.
like a lot of people want to sign up for this, and so I feel actually okay, not as crazy.
That's why I mentioned the social part lah. You're doing it as a group lah.
As a group,
Everyone, if torture also torture together lah. Fun also fun
puncture
together.
also we have together. So,
Yeah.
social element.
Yeah, the different people have got different stories about how cycling has helped them. What is one key thing or one thing that cycling has helped you with?
I would think it helps me stay sane.
Oh,
Very weird, terbalik. I'm pandemic creator. Right? Not pandemic cyclist, pandemic creator. To a point, last year was the year that because of the growth in social media,
Yep.
you already have something that is growing. You of course want to spend more time and try to maximize it.
Yep.
The only thing that kind of fell short last year was my mileage. So I did a lot less cycling, a lot less running, and that is something that I felt. Even though, it's not a million, it's different. It's very personal. You run, you get a PR, so what, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But it, in many ways, is the happiness and calmness that it gives you. And that is equally important. One.
Yeah.
Like that's why I let it go lah this year. Never mind, that is important to me. I need
Yeah.
to ride bike again. You know, I need to
Yeah.
get back on the bike and get fit
Do you-
again.
do you
That's
f-
important.
Do you feel like when you're cycling or when you're doing your running, like you said, the calmness, right? It's like your brain will go into that zone.
Yeah.
It's like a zen. It's almost like a meditation.
Runner's high, they call it.
Runner's high,
It is
yeah.
like a meditation. In many ways, yes.
So it's when like the noise in your head can finally like keep, not say shut up, but like like be quiet for a while.
There's a way they say when you go run, you cannot kill the monster, but you can bring the monster for the run and tire the monster.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You don't kill it,
Whoa.
you cannot overcome it,
Yeah.
but you can just let the monster be tired so that he's like, okay, calm down a bit.
Did you have any health complications? For me, I started cycling because of health complications. Not
Oh, okay.
complications, sorry. But the doctor keeps saying that I think you better lose weight. Yeah, I was running. I tried to run, but what happened was my left knee, because so running, the doctor told me running is an impact sport.
Yeah.
Yes.
I felt so stupid after that. I said back to the doctor, where got impact? I don't even bump into anyone. And then he's like, dear boy. He's like, when you run, it's always the same monotonous motion. And every
Yeah.
time you land on your heel, or your there are two types of runners. There's the heel runner and there's the
4-foot runner.
4-foot runner.
yeah.
So by right, you're supposed to land on your heel. No, you're not supposed to land on your heel. It's a very bad thing. I can't remember lah. That's either or lah. So I was taught to land on my fore, but I always land on my heel, and it impacts my knee. So one time I had to shoot something and I didn't warm up, and I kept running, and
Yeah.
I basically had this one piercing pain that goes through my knee that
Oh,
felt like a
no.
knife going through my knee. And then I just stopped, and I put on so much weight, and then pandemic 2 happened, which was February lah. After
Yeah.
February, it was February. Yeah, February.
We
Chinese
did
New
We did
Year.
a shoot in February and then came back and straight away. March we locked down, right?
No, February. I can't remember, but it was
Yeah.
February. Just before Chinese New Year, when we thought we could celebrate Chinese New Year, but cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's where after that we came. After coming out from there, I went for a doctor's checkup, and the doctor was like, "Oh, you your cholesterol high, sugar high, you're quite fat, this and that. Maybe you start exercising." Then I went running, but I went back to the doctor this time, not for the general checkup. It was with the bone specialist. I can't remember. Is it Otto? I can't remember what it's called. Sorry, please, doctors, don't kill me. And then I told him I've got this pain. So he sent me for an MRI because obviously doctors want to make money from you. And then he told me that, okay, your knee, nothing serious, but there's some liquid buildup in between your don't know what. Maybe you run slow.
So,
Then I was like, what do you mean run slow? When you run, can you talk? I was like, oh, not most of the time I cannot. Okay, so you run
When you
and talk to someone.
Zone 2.
Zone 2. So I didn't understand what zone 2 was.
Yep.
So he told me that run, make sure your heartbeat is 110 to 120. Then I'm like, doctor, that's walking up the stairs for me. Then he's like, yeah, you should only do that, and you should not. And because last time how do we know how to train? Every time when we got exercise, we think that running hard is exercising. And then when I started cycling, I understood zone 2 training. The slower you train, the further and faster you go.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
So you go, basically it's like lower intensity but longer duration.
Yes, because you're training your heart to basically be used to long periods of time and consistent heart rate.
This is like endurance lah.
And
Building your endurance
yeah.
lah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
And then when I picked up cycling, I started messaging Clark. Okay, now I understand this. I understand why people like it.
Poison.
Yeah.
Dude, he got poisoned so bad, bro. He's like, I bought a new bike.
Good lah, good.
And it's so funny that sometimes when they joke, say, hey, why don't you ride your bike to work? I said, oh yeah, I can. The thing is, you can.
You know what's the only thing that's stopping him from doing that?
Yeah.
He don't have place to shower here.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's stopping him.
Yeah. But it's a lot of joy to see people cycle and especially if new people. And the cycling community, it's always very supportive because
It's quite small also, the cycling community.
no, it's actually
No?
very big.
Yeah.
I always feel like the people who know it, like cycle always like cycle with each other, know each other. Yeah.
kind of lah. Actually, I don't know whether you can consider it small or big.
I think it's quite big.
You think it's quite big?
Yeah, I think it's quite because this thing you don't. Okay, so the people that always go to the usual places are the more active ones. But there are actually a lot of people, such as myself, that cycle alone. Yeah, and my route
Isn't that dangerous though, to cycle alone?
Okay.
Not if you live in Rimbayu.
Oh yes. It's getting a little bit busier now. So it might be a little bit more dangerous.
But when you say you cycle alone, meaning you just around your neighborhood lah. You're not like the cycle to Cameron alone. I think that's actually dangerous,
I guess we pick our rides. I think every person. And it goes without saying that if you cycle, don't think the road's yours because you have to behave like your bike is like a car. You have to.
I always get so scared when I'm driving and then I see cyclists. I'm so scared. Like I know I'm not even like I'm not gonna bang them lah, of course. But like I scared even if I just go past them, I scared the wind from the car was something like whoo, and then they're gonna fall down like that.
Don't worry, bike technology quite good.
But do you guys get that? Like let's say sometimes those lorry are
Yep.
and then you of course like physics, then they blow the wind, the vacuum, everything. Do you feel the effect?
Yes.
Definitely, you feel the
Wow,
effect.
not scary.
Scary is scary. I mean, there are of course scary times when you're in a road bike sharing the road with car drivers, and as you would know, it's not the country with the best
Roads.
cycling infrastructure, and also
Driver
road
etiquette.
mannerism.
Pick your poison,
Yeah. So I would
Singapore can't say so much because every 5 kilometers there's bumps. So good roads, but a lot of speed bumps.
I heard a lot of traffic light. I haven't cycled there, but I heard a lot of traffic light. You have to keep stopping.
A lot. So much so they keep coming to Johor.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so it's dangerous, but I think I did not start cycling out of Rimbayu until I was so confident that I knew how to handle my own bike.
I guess that's important, so because anything happen right in split second, right? You cannot think,
Yep.
It's like you have to instinct, what to do with your bike, how to handle yourself.
I've never ridden with Quek because I'm damn scared. Because like so there's this thing called Strava. So Strava kind of you strap this heart rate monitor to you, and then your bike connects to the computer, and then it takes data.
Strava is the endurance athlete punya Instagram.
Yes, exactly. It is an athlete's Instagram.
Yes.
We go there not to compare cleavage size. We go there to compare heart rate versus effort. So that's every time I see, every time he posts, did a chill ride today, and I look at his effort, I'm like,
Not all the time lah.
his low effort is my highest threshold. So I think like I'm trying to encourage my wife to cycle. You know, she's now doing all those. She's watching Netflix to do those workouts. I said, no, this is not enough. I was
She said she's do yoga, right? She's been telling me like some yoga.
doesn't get anywhere.
Actually, in many ways, you kind of have to do what you like.
Yeah.
So if you don't like cycling, you force her on the saddle. Very
She'll
torture
stop
one,
also,
you know.
But the thing was, I never thought I would like cycling. I had to have someone poison me. Jared, I blame Jared. It's all Jared's fault.
Good one,
okay?
Jared. Good one.
And now he's not riding anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
He hardly
I
rides.
see him right already.
He's the type that will go all out to poison someone. This is how he'll poison. Hey Jin, you want cycle? I got no bite. Don't worry, I got extra.
The shadows, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Don't worry, I have extra. I was like, why? Oh, I bought wrong size. But never mind. It's okay. Then it's not my size. Never mind. You just try. You know, and Jared's the king of poison. He want you to buy car, he'll let you drive the car first. He will call somebody who has the car, pinjam one day, and then you drive first. It's like, so
Poison.
yeah, but when I got to it, I loved it lah. I every time it's. I'm not sure if you went through the same thing, but at one point in time when I first got into cycling, I was watching cycling videos almost every night
Yeah, man.
before sleeping.
Are you still doing that?
I watch live races now.
Yes, I
Oh.
do.
I watch live races now. So the whole football thing was long gone. And that addiction has now turned into cycling.
You,
so,
you
yeah.
used to be a big football guy.
Yeah, but I support Manchester United.
Ah,
So,
shit,
Ah.
Understand why the interest has gone away. I understand why the interest has gone away.
so yeah, now I just watch cycling. Yeah.
During the Tour de France, right? So I set up my trainer, and I watched the Tour de France, and I cycle while watching the Tour de France.
Well, you try to pretend like, oh yeah, I'm
Well,
among
okay,
these
the thing
guys
is,
now.
I hide my statistics because I don't want to see the speed. I don't want to see the speed I'm going
He's
at.
going for the true VR experience,
Yeah.
the
Yes,
Tour de
yes,
France
yes,
VR
yes. Just feel like he's in there. Yeah.
Especially when they cut to the motorbike camera amongst the cyclists, like, oh yes, that's me, let's go.
There was one time when I cycle, because every race is on average about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, depending whether there's a climb or whatever. Not. There was one time I rode the entire race from the start to the finish. My wife thought I was crazy.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, then you see their effort, 130 kilometers, Jin, 40. or 50. But it has that obsession has become until like that, where I'm very grateful to be able to just pick up this sport, meet people. I think that's the best part about
No,
it.
I think like what Quek says is true. If you don't like it, right, no point forcing. If you don't like it, you're not going to do it. Full stop,
But of course, the positives much outweighs the negative.
Yeah.
The health benefit that you get,
Yeah.
the social aspect that you get. The fact that you put yourself on a bike and, being able to say cycle to Cameron or just do a personal best.
Yeah,
Cycle
yeah.
further than you have been before. Cycle faster than you have been before. Even those little endorphins that you get from the natural high, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think it's very beneficial. It far outweigh the
The bad
negative
side.
of the saddle sore.
Yeah.
Negatives of the, that's
Negatives
why
of the bank account.
that one is. I mean, you can always use a phone to create content also.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
to get a RE35. I mean,
Let's talk about it as an investment in health.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
you know,
Like buying a gym membership.
correct,
It's like
correct,
buying a
correct.
gym membership.
I wouldn't support in buying a gym membership because most of the time the gym membership you buy it, you won't go one.
I would support getting a PT.
Yeah.
I tried that, and that is the only way that has been effective. I mean,
No, you're going more to the gym and doing weight training.
yeah. Actually,
What's the reason to that?
because I was creating so much content, going to the gym every morning, go 1 hour, somebody tell you to do, you just follow, and it's done. You don't have to worry about prepping your helmet, your socks, your jersey, your bit before the day. Loop it out, make sure everything is shut. So that goes very well with content creation.
Yeah.
The gym membership.
Ah.
I could be like super tired creating until 2 a.m. the previous night. As long as just get out on 6 o'clock, go to the gym, somebody is there telling me
Wait,
what
when
to
you
do.
say PT, like regular gym PT, or is it like a cycling PT?
Gym PT.
Gym
Gym
PT lah.
personal trainer. So my gym is somebody just tells me what to do and I just follow.
You turn off brain, then
I
okay.
turn off brain,
Yeah,
exactly.
turn off brain.
Exactly.
Okay, 3 reps. Okay, go 30 reps.
Do until failure. You fail already, somebody's there to save you. Come on.
I thought you were doing that because you wanted to raise up your personal best on your cycling.
It is.
statistics.
It is, but because of the content thing last year, somehow it became crazy. I didn't expect it to be like, hey, I only go to the gym. I don't cycle and ride anymore for last year. So, but This year, I'm seeing the benefits.
Right.
It's quite significant. After having strength training, it
Yeah.
has benefited the running and the cycling more, which makes the cycling addiction even more teruk now.
Because you're seeing like, I'm doing better than last time.
Correct.
Let's see how much more I can
No,
go.
it's okay. So let me explain to you, Ryan. Hopefully you get poisoned. So when you ride a bike, right, there's this thing called watts.
Yeah.
Power output versus
Yeah.
to speed.
Yeah.
In relative to speed. So obviously the lower output you put and the faster you go, it means that you're really, really kind of strong or something like that lah. The high that I get, right, is when I'm putting out really high watts and my heart rate is low and my speed is fast, but my cadence is like not like super crazy, and that's where that is that is like a euphoric, like, wow, today was a good ride, but I'm not consistent enough to maintain that lah, because 2 kids drive me mad.
Oh yeah, that is difficult. I mean,
Yeah.
I am cursed and blessed that I am alone all the time. That's why I have this kind of time. I go ride long, go run long. I'm on like 21 day streak. I haven't stopped. Yeah.
You said you ride. You ride every day.
No lah, gym bike run, gym bike run, gym bike run.
21 days active
Yeah,
lah.
yeah,
Active.
21 days
active
active lah.
Active.
Yeah,
So
it's
do you
been good.
still ride on the trainer, or most of the time you just go out?
Most of the time I go out. Because to me that is the social aspect of.
I see.
Because you go to gym, you see your trainer only.
Yeah.
Run, I run alone most of the time.
Content creation also at home alone.
That one also
Yeah.
alone most of the time. So yeah.
So like you say, if you went for the bike, you went for cycling also, you probably wouldn't leave your house. Not much unless you go buy groceries or anything.
I mean, actually, yeah.
Right.
Now that you
Oh
mention,
shit! I didn't mean to make
it is.
It's good. It's good. That's
It
why
is
like
like
the
that, yeah.
cycling gets you out of the house, gets you out of the bed.
Correct. Because really,
Fresh air, some fresh air.
Nothing fascinates me until like you have to go out, go through the jam in the city for what?
Yeah.
Except for come to Jin's podcast. any day, anytime. Even though it's Pasa Jam after this, it's all
shit.
good.
It would have been different if you rode the bike here. He's like, okay, let's see how fast I can get into the studio. I have some questions over here that our team has actually written.
Okay, cool.
Some of them are pretty interesting. Okay, here's one. So, how do you plan to sustain your own personal content in the long run? Is there any dread or fear or creative burnout, lack of ideas or inspiration?
Oh, this is a good question, man. I mean, it has happened faster than I imagined it to be. I think Jin also knows this, right?
Yeah.
I haven't really think of it so long as a long-term plan. But I think the important thing is, of course, if you're a content creator and if you only create content, you need some kind of income. Right?
Yeah.
So you either do it part-time where you have a full-time job and you do this part-time, and that allows you to have time freedom. You can do it anytime you want.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. Whereas if you go full-time, then you need to jaga your income also.
Yeah.
So in the long-term plan, I of course would like this content creation thing to be able to generate its own source of income. But I so happen to be traditional commercial director, have a production house, so it's a business that is a full scale that has 20-something people overheads, traditional business scheme. So I cannot let the content creation income stream or business kind of overrides this. Right. There's a very kind of intricate balance that I have to balance between the content creation side and the commercial side.
So how has your colleagues or your business partners? So now, I'm assuming you're a business partner with Reservoir.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So how do your business? How did Ryan Koo and all react when you started getting such big numbers and starting? Because all of a sudden I'm messaging, one of his colleagues who is his manager about different things,
Yep.
So how, because they are all probably very used to the traditional method of producing stuff, and suddenly they have a business partner who is blowing up in this particular platform or this particular era. Do they look at it as an opportunity to diverse, or has it changed their perception or anything, or maybe given them an idea on maybe building something else?
It has been quite positive lah. I mean, the most obvious things that they get to see and enjoy is just the sheer amount of reach you get. So because they are the ones that deal with basically the clients and the agency.
Yes.
So everywhere they go, they get to feel that, wow, this presence on the internet has even helped their operations. Their cost negotiation, right? They are dealing with the agency to sell a director, because ultimately they are the ones that are selling me. I'm the product.
Yes,
Yeah.
so to speak.
yes.
So this is like an advertisement that is going on for the product
Yeah.
on my own end.
It's free it's free
It's marketing, yes,
lah,
it is.
It
marketing
is,
lah.
it is, it is.
They-
Instagram is a marketing
They don't
platform.
need to spend extra marketing budget to market you as a product. lah.
That would be most obvious, but in terms of, say, trying to take opportunity of this, like you say, they are very traditional. And even me, I'm also very new to this. I'm also trying to find my ways to see, okay, which would be the sector that I'm comfortable just staying in. Because, of course, like if you want me to be a full-time YouTuber, every week, 20 minutes content, I don't think I can.
Oh, it's even when we started last time, right? We only post one video a month,
Yeah.
Oh, it was one video. a
Yeah,
month.
one video a
One
month.
video.
And
When did it become norm that it needs to be one a
when
week?
when more creators started emerging.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Then
That-
it's hard to keep up,
Yeah.
because some of
Yeah.
these people, especially at one time, everyone was doing daily vlogs.
Yeah.
Wow, there's not respect. No, really mad. I'm mad respect. Every day you wake up, you film something, you edit something, and you export on the same day, post on the same day.
That's how we used to do
and
it.
you rinse and repeat
Yeah.
365 days. That's crazy.
Actually, that's the reason why I make so many tutorials. I can only make one of those really banger reel a few months once anyway. Like I
Yeah.
cannot do that every week. No way I can do that every week.
Do you plan your tutorials in conjunction with your videos? Like, I'm gonna make this video, so I'm gonna plan. This video will come with a 5-step tutorial, one shot.
Towards the end, yes. Like at the beginning, no. At the beginning, Jin gave me this really good advice to
Yeah.
make tutorials, because I think the essence of it is to kind of change a very selfish content to a more selfless content. Where,
Yeah,
it's just about you and what you can do, more to like, hey, here's how you can do this.
Yeah, don't gatekeep lah. Yeah.
But of course, it took me very long to get comfortable with the camera. I use my own voice, then like I hate this voice, then I start using AI voice, which then obviously when you start doing that, you don't train at all.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah,
sense, you get me, right?
Yeah.
Then the middle point, like, okay lah, I have to train. Okay lah, I have to put the camera there in front and just talk to the camera lah. This is so not what I'm used
Oh,
to.
you got your own script, or you
Right,
off the
right.
head?
I'm still
Your
like
own
very
script.
A4 paper and pencil. Then you start doing that, and as that gets more comfortable towards the later stage, then you start planning the tutorials beforehand.
Yeah.
Where you're doing it like, okay, this one maybe I can do a few parts teaching certain things. So you build that up lah, mentally prepare yourself. So when the time comes, I still don't feel entirely comfortable doing talking head. That's why you see very little of them.
So that in the media world is called programming. So now, that means literally you see one, and then you can how many assets you can take. In production terms, how many assets can I cut down?
How many cut down
This
you
one thing.
want?
Yeah, but because you are owning think of it, your own platform is your own channel. It's like your own TV channel. So it's your own programming.
Those are the things that you never learn in commercial making.
But it's funny, like how you mentioned, like I want to make something that's a bit selfish to make it more selfless. Then it goes back to this question I want to ask you. All your techniques of editing, where did you learn it from? Did you have to pay to learn all these techniques, or was it something more of like a thing that you continue doing and discover yourself?
It's more the later, where I continue doing and discovering myself. And it's very weird because you can arguably say that I enjoy editing the most, but I've never worked as an editor. You get me, right? Like I never work as an editor. I do so many other different things. PA, art department.
You drove
Wait,
a van
you didn't
as well.
transport
Transport coordinator.
I thought you edited your movie? No.
Yeah, but
Only offline.
like I edit my own stuff. I rarely edit for a director. I mean, last time
yeah.
when I was a production assistant, you do everything.
Yeah.
And I edited for a few commercial directors, but that's not really my job. You see, I was never an editor.
Yeah.
But I get paid to edit.
You were never a professional editor. In a sense.
Specialized, yeah.
Paid money to do the editing work lah.
So it has always been something that I do for fun.
yeah.
No.
And I feel the best learning that you can get is when you're having fun.
Yeah.
This one you
yeah,
learn from
yeah.
mountain bikers, You
Yeah.
see how they shred, and you're like, they do it so easy one. That's because they're having fun. They're not stressed,
Yeah. They broke the left collarbone before, and the right, and the left knee.
But they're still doing
But they still do it.
because you really love it. So editing was the thing that I really enjoy doing. Making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
you see the pieces coming together.
Yeah, it's an obsession, I tell you. It's very serious. Really. I really can look at timeline. If there's a black frame, I can tell.
Oh.
Like my keyframe Lari by 2driven, I can tell. It's an obsession.
Oh wow.
It's an obsession.
And now you have created it's a lot. The one thing that's crazy, and I saw this in one of your Insta story posts. It's where you created one video, and all of a sudden, everybody, because of that tutorial, everybody did that technique and tagged him for it.
Yeah.
And he came out and said, "I love this online social community.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
so much to give."
Yeah, man. It's
And
just
it's
so different.
it's so insane. It's like, okay, he taught someone to do it, and it basically gave someone an ability to, number one, make something on their own, and whether they use it to better their lives, it's nothing that you can control. It's nothing you can control. So if he made $10 from editing that reel, then good on him, because you have helped him in some way. Realize he could have done something that he never thought he would have done. So like what Ryan mentioned, like gatekeeping in the creative industry is such a no-no in my opinion.
It's very collaborative.
I know. I hate it when people gatekeep. Like,
But I come from traditional, man. Like, that's just how things work.
Yeah,
and
you don't tell people your trade
That's how they
secret,
explain it also.
Yeah.
This is just how things work.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
trade secret.
This is just how trade secret. All these terms.
Trade secret.
So I came from there, you see.
Yeah.
So most of the time, it is what it is. It's like,
how 怎么做这个？哎呀，有啦，可以的啦。Like, shit, this guy.
Here's another question which I find quite interesting because like I don't think I can relate to this, but probably you can because you're in the creative industry for so long, having done almost everything: social media, advertisements, TV shows, movies. Which do you look most forward to diving into, and why?
Very controversial answer because you live in the moment. You asked me 4 years ago, I would say probably movie or what. Now you ask me, I would say it's content creation. I feel it's the modern way for a video maker to express himself. It's the smoothest channel to do it. There has never been a time where you can make one format and grow in multiple platforms. This is the only time where you can make one kind of short content and grow in all 小红书, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, with the caveat that you have to shoot it vertically. But as soon as you just let go of that, and that's why I make verticals, and there is so much more feedback than making a movie. Making a movie, you have to wait very long for a feedback. You don't know what you're doing for a long time when you write a script. Half a year you're just writing, you don't know good or not, don't know whether you're progressing,
Yeah.
And this one is constant feedback. Say if you're the kind that posts every 3 days, every 3 days you get a feedback.
Right.
You get to see, where do I move from here? Where do I go from here?
Oh.
Actually, speaking about movie, a long process, right? So I want to talk about you remake GUANG for China market. Right. Is that a way to put it? Yeah, you literally made the same movie for China.
An adaptation. I think
Adaptation, yeah.
Adaptation, yeah.
Did you change much of the script? Did you have to like rewrite the script, or you pretty much okay, this is the Malaysian Chinese version, just translate it to China Chinese and then jalan?
I don't think I have an interview that talks about this openly, which is interesting because the film didn't do well. In case you're wondering.
Wait, I thought
China?
I thought it did well in China.
Oh no, the local one.
The local one, yes,
sold well in China. The adaptation didn't do so well.
Okay, so maybe we miscommed the news because we heard the film did well, but we didn't know which film.
The local one sold pretty nice. Okay?
Yes.
The adaptation didn't do well. The adaptation got stuck right before pandemic, so it was dragged on and on. It was released very much later on, and the results weren't so good. I had the opportunity to kind of enhance on it, but if I'm honest to myself, there was really not much that I wanted to change from the original one.
Yep.
So when you take a film that you produce locally with the people that you know, with your comforts of your home, so to speak.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're doing a foreign film. You're in China. You're working with actors from China, actors from Taiwan.
Were they notable actors, or were they A-listers, B-listers, C, D, E, F, G?
Probably B plus.
Okay.
B plus. And I mean, the working experience is great and all that, but to make the same thing a bit too many times already, it does feel a bit like just doing my job towards the end.
Right.
And to me personally, the lesson that I learned is your feelings. These kind of feelings is important. If you feel that it's just job, then it's just job.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you really want to make something that makes a big impact, wow, you got out there, you feel really proud about it, and people resonate with it. You really have to believe in that.
Yeah.
While you are making it,
You talked about this for GUANG, the one that you made in Malaysia, where you had to reshoot an entire.
Oh yeah.
you filmed the movie, not happy, and you went and reshoot an entire scene or something like that, right?
I think it was about almost a quarter actually.
Wow.
Almost a quarter of it.
You shot the 1/4 of the movie.
I had to change I have to change the character arc.
Oh.
So that's the thing, you see, the price that you have to pay for a mistake, so to speak, in movie is so much more severe than content. Content, in a sense, you make wrong, you don't even acknowledge it. Just let go and move on.
And
right?
the
Learn
person,
from it, then
the
the next one
comment,
you
the
correct.
comment is like,
Yeah.
did you make that mistake on purpose? So that we can put, we can.
I think I can share you one. Oppenheimer Coffee. I mean, I think I told you this as well. I have that machine. The machine is not my machine. my ex-girlfriend uses it every day. Right? I drink 3 in 1, right? So, but I have this idea, right? Oppenheimer and the coffee. Oh my god, it's gonna make this big explosion. But I don't know how to make coffee. So the extraction was so poor. It was like very watery, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not a coffee maker. To me, the IA got come out already. Wow, looks good already on the shot. So the coffee community was not convinced. It was not authentic. The buzzword, authentic. It was not authentic because I'm not a coffee maker, man. So it shows in your work.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Coffee community are
They're getting a bit out of hand, man. Some of the
No,
things they do.
but you have to, in a way, you have to
respect that they are.
whatever niche you are in, you kind of have to
Coffee making was what I delve. You went delve into content creation. I delve into coffee making.
Oh my god.
Yeah, until the grind size, the extraction, whether it's too sour or too bitter, where's the sweet spot, and then I the same machine that you used to shoot yours. Then after that, I got damn itchy. It was an excuse. I brought that machine, put it in the office, so I can buy. I bought another 4 industrial one. I told my wife, I was like, no, that one's for the office. But since I have no coffee machine at home, I think I should buy another one. Yeah.
But how did you? What was the inspiration behind Coffeeheimer?
Okay.
How you one day suddenly
It
put these two
was
together?
this is very interesting. It was Interstellar Sharpener.
Interstellar.
I could probably still make that reel actually.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Sharpening
original idea was
Yeah, it was Interstellar Sharpener. During GUANG issue, I was in a longhouse. It was so hot. Suddenly the idea just came.
Oh.
so okay. Anyway, Interstellar Sharpener. Take the pencil, go towards the sharpener. The thing
Spinning.
open, go in, spinning, the thing falling.
Yeah.
And it has that interstellar scene where it's turning together,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it matches. It goes in, right? And then, but Oppenheimer, I drag. Then I made other reels.
Yep.
By the time Oppenheimer gonna come out already, like I cannot make Interstellar already. No, because you have to write the trend, right? Write the trend.
Yeah.
So Oppenheimer and Sharpener not so ngam, because after I watched the movie, there's so many practical effects. I love the movie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Love the movie. After I watch it, I'm like, all these practical effects can do something. Right? Cannot do Sharpener. And then one thing led to another. Coffee, macam can. That's how it landed in Oppenheimer Coffee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have a notebook of your ideas, or is it just memory? Or do you write down?
It's a A3 paper with pencil drawing, very old school. But
A3 paper in your house, in your study desk, that you just write your random
that
notes.
I put in the living room there. I just write random notes, correct. So nighttime when you want to brainstorm, it's basically just paper and pencil. This one I think Asian parenting caused me a problem. Last time when you are forced to do your homework, you start your karangan with paper and pencil, then your brain is like, okay, time to do homework.
Yeah, then you write your draft and another piece of paper. Then after you see everything, then you write everything to the nice sheet of paper.
But mine is mostly drawings. It's just abstract forms. It's not like detailed writing one. Yeah.
Wow. Do you draw? I mean, do you like draw? No. You okay.
He's a visual learner. Yeah.
Tak boleh.
But then okay, so
Visually,
like when you mentioned that you made a movie, it takes a while for you to see the feedback. Okay. Okay. I mean, GUANG did well in. I mean, I think I remember this before you posted about it. I think you released GUANG in Malaysia. The box office did so, and then I think you were a little bit disappointed because we were expecting it to do better. I'm pretty sure you were expecting to do better, and then you released it in China, and it got the numbers you expected, or probably did better than your expectations. And that's where you'd be like, I'm so happy that it did well. So, what was it about that? Is it wrong distribution? Is it the audience? Is it the niche that it needs to find? What about that movie?
This movie, it's way more than the box office. This movie, I've spent so long on it that now I tend to not think back on it with entirely fond memories. But it's the movie that I needed to do, you see.
I see.
At that point of time when you're just chasing, you know, as a video maker.
Yeah.
You want to chase, and from short film you become a commercial director. Then you chase for that movie status, because it is a status, right? Be a film director.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you get it, and then you realize the things that you, in a way, sacrificed, in a way, let go, like your mental health, your close friends, you know. And the thing that you did to pursue this objective, chain smoking all the time, having a back pain, and then you realize that, hey, this is not the way that I want to live.
I see.
So it's not just about making a film and making a lot of money out of the film.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I try to move to a more balanced approach after that. GUANG is a very serious movie. It's very factual, right?
Yeah.
After that, I kind of tend to do more humor stuff.
Yeah.
Where I want to just share some joy with you lah. Hopefully the audience watch it, especially Temperament Today. Like you really want to sit down, watch a 3-hour depressing film, eh? It's not that kind of time anymore. You get what I mean? I don't know how to explain this. It's just it's not like that already. So I like to share some joy with people these days if I can.
I think as we grow older, we tend to find joy in the more simpler things. Yeah.
But for you, is the itch still there? Like
to do movies?
Oh
do
yeah,
movies?
definitely.
Right.
Next one's gonna be a blockbuster. Next one.
yeah.
Yeah, all this, you think what? All this is training. All this social media, all this is my training, you know.
Training arc now. Training arc.
Okay. Sorry. PA application. Cameo application. I keep telling Quek, please next time, just let me cameo on it. I just do it for free.
But I really don't know what to do. As in, I have a rough idea lah. I will want it to be very back-to-back entertainment kind.
Yeah,
you know? It's very high energy from head to toe. But in terms of what story, exactly what, all that,
Still
I haven't
don't know yet lah.
let it come to me lah.
But in your experience, like the movie landscape in Malaysia, like
Tough.
yeah. Can you talk more about that? Like
Very tough.
what's the challenges that even yourself?
I mean, even for commercial, it's the same. We are a multiracial country.
Yeah.
We have Malay, Chinese, Indian as the main races.
Yeah.
Malay as main.
Yeah.
Which and the movie is very different. You only make Malay movies for Malay, Chinese movie for Chinese.
Yeah.
We try to do this, cannot.
It's very hard to. You see, for me, right, I grew up, maybe because I grew up in a very urban area, Subang Jaya lah.
Yeah.
Urban is, yeah?
Yeah, because Subang people don't leave Subang.
Okay.
Yeah, so they don't know the world outside of Subang. So my thinking was, Malaysia was like Subang lah. But then after that, when I moved out of Subang, went other places to study, and then like, oh wow, it's very different. So, and when I went into the entertainment world, Astro Radio, they keep telling me, like what you said, there is a Malay radio station, there is a Chinese radio station for Chinese, and there is a English radio station. And you want to think that English encapsulates the whole of Malaysia. No.
Yeah.
It is the lowest listenership as compared. It's the urban market.
Yeah.
And this urban market consists of the Malay, Chinese, Indian, line that can understand English.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's we as filmmakers, like for me, I make videos. We always dream. I want to make it Hollywood, man. I want to make a Hollywood film because Hollywood seems to have a film that everybody makes here. So Hollywood films majority English. I do English film in Malaysia. No, it doesn't work. It's hard. It's tough.
Yeah. Even for content also, in a way.
Yeah.
But it's good lah that the whole internet era came out and there's a place for English content makers.
Yeah.
If not, we're all in commercial. That's where the English people hang out in the end. It's damn weird. We craft a whole campaign in English, right? But the main market is Malay. So after that, you translate, all the words become too long, all the size. But that's the challenge that you face as not a filmmaker in Malaysia, where the language is already separated.
Yeah.
Right? Then, so I'm Chinese. So if you want to make Chinese film, you are not also, like Malay film, I would say it's very exclusive. If you make a Malay film, it speaks Malaysian language. If it's good, the Malaysian will support.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chinese, we have to fight with the Hong Kong, the Taiwan, the China. So it's even more spreaded. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult to make a successful movie in Malaysia as a Malaysian filmmaker. Which is kind of why actually when I make content, at first, I try to not have any language at all. One, because I'm also a bit insecure that my English is very Malaysian. I don't know whether the world can understand or not. So I don't know whether I want to put this out or not. But it's also this because so many years I've been in the traditional world facing this problem of language barrier thingy. Why don't I just do a Mr. Bean? Just just do visuals. Everyone can understand visuals. You change
That's why Mr. Bean was so successful.
Because he can cut across.
He could. Oh, yeah.
Zero language. You can off the volume and you can still laugh at his video.
Yeah, so that was the thinking behind the content creation. Yep.
Right. You got timeline already? When this next movie is gonna come out? Not
No,
yet.
totally no. Not even scripting, not even idea.
Okay. Now this one, I'm pretty sure the person that wrote this question is from production.
Okay.
How do you define a dream team to work with?
I am working with my dream team.
Wow. Any self promotion?
No lah, it's a team that I have been cultivating. Wow, this kind of word. No lah, this bunch of people I work with since the very beginning of my career lah, so to speak. And through the years, I have been, experimenting with different genres, different formats of shooting, and I tend to work with. I realize I tend to like to work with this same bunch of people that I work with. I did have the opportunity to work with arguably even better people like Netflix, like going out to China to work with more experienced crew and whatnot. But somehow this just feels like home. And I happen to be the kind of guy that likes to write with the people that I always write with. So I also shoot with the people that I always shoot with. And that is my dream team because in a way the set is also my social aspect. I go out, go on set, you hang out with this group of people. We are all having this same common objective for these few days or a few months. Let's do this thing together. So these are the people that, to me, I really would like the set to be very harmonious. When we talk about things, it's always very positive. It's not full of gossip and full of arguments and toxicity. To me, that is more important than anything else. So when the set, the vibe is like positive, then the work will be good. In a way, to me.
Do you find that when you're working with this bunch of people so long already, right? You have that your relationship is to a point where like, sometimes really you don't need to say the full sentence also, then you know your teammate, like
you can finish your sentences.
Not necessarily finish sentences, but like you develop like a sort of like a code with your gaffer or your DP and whatnot. It's like you say one thing, then like okay, I get what you mean, I got you, I know what you want. Is that the kind of like environment that you have built for yourself?
If I'm honest, that has been that kind of environment for some time already. So that's really nice. It's really nice to have a group of people that you can really trust. I think it's that trust. Trust. As soon as you trust your DP, you won't be questioning, hey, you're like, it's not that kind of talk already.
Right.
All that is done beforehand already. You already told him the story during the recce. We already talk about, this scene is about this. So when he likes him doing his art already.
Right.
It's like how did I say this? I'm not gonna tell a person who learned 20 years how to light lah.
Yeah.
My DP Eric, you know how obsessed he is with cameras. You know how obsessed.
The guy. I went to his.
I'm like, oh my god, this guy is like his fortune all day. It's like entirety. Oh, this is like, oh my god.
His lens collection. Oh my god.
I'm not gonna tell him how to shoot. I'm not gonna tell you how to. But of course, when it comes to say the directing part, I tell him the emotions, the frame sizes and whatnot. But the nitty gritty, no, it's not that kind of conversation anymore. With my entire crew, it's not that kind.
But did you start that with him when you first started with him? Like did you have those kind of like very detailed nuance or like any not say argument but like disputes?
I would say the longest discussion we have, of course, is GUANG the movie. That was the one that everything was. To me personally, I was operating at 110%. Which, in a way, after you cycle, then you realize, don't go 110%. The bong is not worth it. You go 80 or you rest, then you benefit from it. So next time you can be stronger. It's the same thing. That was 110%.
Oh, wow.
So that was very tough. And might not even be the best result, you see. So even with all the bickering and all the argument, it might not even guarantee the best results.
Right.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. This one question I would like to ask you, because I think you've been doing this so long. So the amount of experiences you've amassed from being or doing everything that you've done from the very first time you joined this industry to doing what you're doing right now. If you bump into your 24-year-old self right now, what would you tell?
24. So I graduated 23.
Okay.
24 is...
23 What would you tell your 23-year-old self?
What would I tell my 23?
I lower down the age. You went to...
23 is good.
23 is good. You go...
Okay. Right, internship period.
You go.
your younger intern self.
Yeah, you go to college and you see yourself there in the lecture hall and you wanted to say
oh.
something. What do you
Yeah.
I mean, the first one is obviously quit smoking lah. Because for those who don't know, I've been a chain smoker for 16 years. 16 years, like when I was shooting Netflix, I was still a chain smoker. And after quitting cigarettes,
Yep.
it really drastically changed my life. The cycling helped. So before that, I was already cycling, running. Then you're more health, your awareness on health is like, or then I quit smoking. And that really unshackled me in a way. Because being an addict for 16 years, you're limited one. You're on a flight, you just cannot wait for the flight to land. When you're meeting, you just cannot wait for the meeting to end so you can go out and have that fix.
Yeah.
See? So I would definitely tell myself to quit smoking. Don't start actually. If I can go even further. That would be the first thing. But second one is you gotta take care of your health, both physically and mentally. Take care of your health.
All right.
It's a long game. It's a long game. When you're 24, you don't know how long this is yet. You cannot experience it. The first 24 and the next 24 feels very different.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The first 24 is just something else. So that's not what life is.
The first 24, the first 24 is smooth sailing. You know?
Not that smooth.
Not that smooth, yeah.
For me.
But after that, the next 24 is like speed bump after speed bump after speed bump after speed bump. Boy, yo! Yeah, but okay.
So, long game.
Would you have any? Okay? This is a very cliche question, but then again, would you have actually gone back and changed anything in your course of your career and your lifetime to
Video making? Video making is weird because like everything else in life, you have to fail. Yeah. You fail only you can learn. So it's like if you go back and you try to cancel out your flop,
Yep.
you might not learn.
Oh yeah.
Right? You're like, okay, I go back, I don't want to do this because this was a flop.
Yeah.
What was I doing there? But then because you did it and it was a flop, you realize, oh, this is a dead end. Don't ever come here. This is a trap. Don't go here, So those are learnings in a way.
Okay.
So I don't think I would change that
Okay.
in the video making art.
Yeah.
I think it's still, end of the day, I'm here because when I give my time and effort and concentration to making videos, somehow there's return to it since the very beginning. There is the one thing that somehow resonated. In a way, you can call it the book that says Ikigai lah. This thing I like, I'm also kind of good at it and I can make money with it. So I found this quite early on and I've been giving it has been returning. I tried different things, man. I tried to start a business in elsewhere. Or I end up, then I go and make social media content. Oh, so this became a thing again. So video has been the thing that...
It's your calling lah.
Yeah lah, weirdly enough lah. Like if I would prefer a more stable one, that doesn't drive me insane and requires me to think of viral ideas all the time. I would prefer a more sit at home with the investment card.
How to trigger a film director? Excuse me. How we would like this video to go viral.
What is your product? How long do you have? How much money do you have?
I need it in 16:9 and 9:16
and 1:1.
That one can. You got money, No, just joking. But a viral idea takes time, and I'm sure Jin knows this as well. We can try our best.
Yeah.
But it's no guarantee.
It's a combo of luck also.
Yes, that's the fun of it. If you chase it too hard, it doesn't come.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just gotta do what's within your ability. This one you gotta go read the Rick Rubin book. I think clients always think that just because you can amass millions of views, right? You know the formula. But if you do the same formula twice, it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the same.
And also it depends on who's telling the message.
Yeah.
You're doing it for a client, it's the client's message, not Quek's message. You get what I mean? Like the platform that comes out on also.
And the thing is the audience can see it.
Yes.
Audience can see it.
They're smart these days.
You
cannot simply tipu
audience are not stupid.
They are not.
Right.
The audience can see it.
So any plans into going into education and starting your own university masterclass?
I've been toying with the idea for actually since I spoke to you. It's something that really enough has not progressed smoothly.
Okay.
I tried to create a course, right? You think it's easy, right? Just make filmmaking course teach people how to make videos, right? I'm already kind of doing it. But it's not as easy. You need a structure and you need a business plan and you need to sit down there and craft this course so that it can be timeless and all those things.
Yeah.
And will that then, because end of the day, I like making videos. And this is also a thing that when I see more YouTube videos and that's what the other creators kind of tell you also.
Yeah.
When you scale up, when you venture into this thing, it becomes something else.
Yeah.
It's not making videos already. Now it's making a course. Now it's about teaching people. Now it's about class. Then it becomes not really my native stats.
Yeah.
I didn't train teaching for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know how to edit to the exact frame.
How to edit transition.
But it is something that, of course, I have an eye on it. I would love to have a course someday that I can share all this information with people. Because at the end of the day, I keep all this for what? I'm already making the videos that I'm making. If like you say, looking at people using the technique to do different things, it really brings joy to me as well. Especially when they apply it. Honestly, not like directly the whole thing is magical. And it's like a different format altogether. A format that I never thought could use this. Hey, it happens here. That's useful. I never know that it can be used in this way. That always makes me happy.
The evolution always surprises the creator.
Yeah.
I always believe that. But I just want to say congratulations on everything. I feel like, wow, when I saw you,
it's nice to be back.
It's like. Hey, I think my goal is just to hit 50,000 followers. 1 million followers later. I was like, hey, so what now? I mean, your goal was this, right? Then you upped it to 100,000. Now it's 1 million. So he's like, I don't know. but congratulations. I know. A round of applause for Quek here.
Thank you. Without you, this wouldn't have happened. So
I don't don't want to take credit for it because, to be honest, I saw the potential. You just maybe needed just reaffirmation. I feel I envy a lot of people who are so skillful, and sometimes when they really doubt themselves, right, I'm like, why do you doubt yourself? That because secretly I'll be like, I wish I was you. You know what I mean? I wish I could do, but I can't. But the thing is, you can. You need to fly. So that's any parting words or not for any filmmakers who wants to be in your shoes?
Wants to be in my shoes. My shoes actually not that nice. You be in your shoe. You make your shoe the best shoe that you can run in. Everybody's feet is different, right? You make the shoe that can make you fly.
Wow. Dude, that's a quote there. I can see that. Like the Michael Jordan poster, make the shoe that can make you fly.
You wear my shoe, I don't think you'll be comfortable.
These will be cut up and then repurposed on all the guru websites.
The shoe that can make you fly.
Oh,
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my body or something.
The title of this podcast will be The Shoe
That Can Make You Fly.
Some random stuff at the end.
Great, thank you so much for taking time for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah,
nice to
it's just very awesome to see two different sides when we talked to you 5 years ago and now, and I feel complete joy. I feel that you feel complete joy. This talking to us this time around. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
Let's not wait another 5 years to do this again,
Anytime.
Every 5 year anniversary.
Next time, he'll be probably Jimmy Fallon talking about his movie. Yeah.
That time his shoe really flying already.
I also need to make my content more favorable for collaboration. Now I want to collab, I don't know how to collab. It's like how
I get what you mean.
It's like how to
what can you do for
what can
collab,
I do to so let me figure that out.
Can one. Okay. I have a feeling Peter Sagan's giving me one of your videos once later.
I'll try.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for listening on today's show. Remember, you can stream us on Apple Podcasts and also Spotify as well. Thank you so much. We're closing on to almost 2 million streams.
Oh, let's go.
That's crazy. But thank you. It's because of all of you guys getting us where we are today. Remember, be the shoe that flies in your own shoes. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll speak to you guys next time.